What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today is a very special video. Now, 2024 so far is looking to be a really big year for my channel. I have two big projects that are coming out almost going to be around the same time. I don't really know. I have a lot of plans for 2024 that I'm going to explain at the very end of 2023 because there's only a couple more days until 2024, which is pretty crazy. And of course, this showcase is going to be coming sooner than I thought because I planned to do this. Of course, today I'm going to be doing a kind of short showcase on Lego Marvel's Spider-Man 2. The video game, yes, the game that came out and didn't win the Game Award for some reason. I don't know why it didn't. It just didn't. But, of course, we're going to be doing a short showcase because, well, I was planning on doing a bigger showcase than this, but I just had so many plans for 2024 that I just decided not to do it. So I did a couple figures for this from the video game, mostly the main characters, but I was going to do more characters, and I was planning on doing 3 showcases for the video, which you're only getting 1. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So yeah, let's get my sig figure out of here, and let's get started with the first figure, which is the non-updated version, PS4 Spider-Man. This is the same figure that I came out with on my Across the Spider-Verse showcase, and that's also kind of why I'm recording this video, is because I thought this video was going to come out in the middle of November maybe, or October, but I just got caught in so much stuff. But here is my custom Spider-Man. Now, I know that Firestar, of course, has made a custom Insomniac that looks way better than mine, but I couldn't pick up this figure in time of making this video. But of course, he looks great. I still love how he turned out. He looks awesome. I love the detail that I added to him and everything, and I even kind of painted on the inside of the legs as well, which I kind of don't really do anymore, but of course I also did paint the hands, which they look great. He looks great. I really love him. I was going to add the mechanical arms, but I just didn't feel like it. It's still really cool though, and I really do like this figure a lot. So there is Spider-Man. A figure I had to make. He's probably not my favorite out of the showcase, but I had to make him. We have Miles Morales. Now, this is based on the 2018 version of Miles Morales. I just added some detail to him and painted it on there. Like I added the dot effect, which looks great. I added the red lines coming down the side, which looks great as well. And I just loved all the detail that I added to him. Yes, it's not my favorite figure, but still he turned out great. I love all the detail that I was able to add to this figure, which looked great. Let me kind of put my light down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, he looks great. Love him. He's really cool. Also painted the inside of the legs as well as he just looks good. I didn't do any unmasked expressions because these guys are just going to go on display with my Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse showcase, which is pretty cool. Go check out that video. I can't stress it enough. Go check out that video. But now we're going to be getting into the cool figures. So first off, we have my fully custom version of the black suit that shows up in the game. Yes, I was able to make this dude. I was thinking about making the alternate version as well, the version that kind of, the more angry Peter got, the more he kind of turned into the symbiote. So I was going to make that version, but of course, once again, didn't have time this year. Maybe I'll make some next year. Who knows if I have time. But of course, we do have a little bit of paint, which does look nice for him. Of course, I did sculpt everything on his arms and everything, and it looks great. The back paint is kind of messy, but I do love the eyes. I love how the eyes turned out. I love everything about that. I also did kind of give the tattered effect that makes it look like the symbiote, how gross they make it in the game, which it looks really cool. I love the black suit. I love how I was able to finish this dude. Of course, I did not paint the inside of his legs just because he has the paint on the outside. But he looks great. Looks pretty cool. I kind of did paint a little bit of the back of the legs a little bit, but that's it for Black Spider-Man. Now we're going to get on into the villains. Now, I did make both villains, which I'm very happy that I was able to. Without further ado, let's get on with the cooler one. So, of course, we're going to move these guys a little bit to the side and back a bit so we can take a look at the other figures. So here is the first one. We have Kraven. Now, This dude is crazy, and I love that I was able to make him. So his spear, I was thinking about making a kind of custom spear, thinking about making him like a really nice spear, but I didn't feel like it because, well, not enough time. But of course, looking at Kraven, I love his hair. I think I did okay with his hair. I love that I was able to do what I was able to do with his hair and stuff like that. Of course, I also did sculpt a beard, which is my first time sculpting a beard. But what's really cool is you're actually able to remove this mane, which is semi-sculpted, semi-not. I sculpted over the mane that they had originally made, but I wanted to make it more detailed and much more rougher. And I also did sculpt his muscles, which turned out okay. I think I could have done better, but they turned out okay. I also gave him his little skeleton that he has right here and right here as well. They look great, as well as all of the sculpting that's on his legs to make it look more like Kraven. And I really love it. It's really nice. Of course, I just sculpted the bottom and painted the boots as well. And of course, I also did sculpt the arms on the side as well. Let me just remove his head real quick so you can take a look at the sculpted beard. It's pretty hard to remove his head. It's pretty hard, but there you go. It's pretty cool. There's a sculpted beard. Looks great. It's Doctor Strange's face if you couldn't tell, but I think it worked really well for Kraven. Of course, you're able to remove the mane, which is just crazy that I was able to do it. Of course, let me see if I can. Yes, there you go. There it is. It looks really ugly on the inside, but this thing was actually stuck on here. I had to remove it so I could paint the other inside and stuff, but I painted his hairs right there, which looked pretty funny. I also did paint his tiger kind of logo or whatever. Looks great. The torso was actually Valkyrie's, if you were wondering, but of course the back does look a bit gross, but it's covered by this. You can kind of see the inside of what the mane originally looked like, and of course you can also see the skeleton right here much more in detail, and everything else around it. Of course, this, of course, is supposed to go around here, so you don't really see any of this gunk because I covered it up really good. I kind of tried to give the slash in his eye, but I kind of cut his eye a little bit, but I still like it. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice minifigure. Probably not my favorite figure of 2023, but it gets the job done. Of course, he also does have the ponytail if you want to see that more in detail. Looks great. And this is actually the hairpiece where I did cut the ponytail off to give it a little bit more detail. So that's Kraven. And the final figure I decided to make is, yes, I decided to make the big boy himself. And this is like my third attempt. I don't really know. It's kind of one of my attempts. I don't really remember. But I decided to make him. Here we go. Here he is. I decided to make the Insomniac version of Venom, which the base of him is actually my original knockoff Venom. So my Venom is now become the Insomniac version, and I really love that I was able to capture him this good and this well. I love this guy, and he looks great. I can't believe I've had him on basically my table and displaying everything, basically just sitting around waiting for his turn and waiting for his video. That never saw the light of day. Of course, we're making the video now. But I've had this dude done since like October or something, but every single time I was perfecting this dude more and more, and now he just looks really cool, and I love the way he looks. And the way I was able to capture the sliminess of this was I basically mixed silver and black. You're not going to really be able to see the silver a little bit, but that's kind of why it shines a bit. And I basically just took a paintbrush and just patted on here really heavily on everything to make it look as grimy as ever. And if I bring my light in really close, you can really see all the grime and everything that is on this dude, and it just looks great, and I love it. He's probably not my favorite figure once again for 2023, but once again, he just looks great. And yes, the head was sculpted and everything. I sculpted all the teeth and all that stuff, and it just looks great. Now, his head originally was removable, but of course, I've sculpted too much on this head that it's not going to be removable now, which is okay. It's fine. It didn't need to be removable. But there you go. That is my short showcase for Insomniac's Spider-Man. So yeah, that is it for my Spider-Man 2 showcase. I know this thing came out of the blue. Like, it really did come out of the blue. Like, this thing came out of nowhere. But this showcase had big plans, okay? I was planning on doing a lot of figures, like the Lizard, Mysterio, a bunch of figures. I don't really remember all the figures, but I was planning on doing a lot of figures. That's the big thing. But the reason why I didn't do it is just because there's a lot of projects coming out next year, like I said. I got so much stuff coming out next year, and I've mentioned like almost half of it, but you guys don't even know the other half of it. There's just so much stuff that's going to be coming out next year that I'm very excited for, and you guys should be excited for too. That I couldn't have time for Spider-Man 2. And this year was basically the year of Spider-Man. I mean, for being honest, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 2 showcases in the same year is pretty crazy. But that's what happened. I mean, there was a lot of stuff for Spider-Man that came out this year that was pretty crazy. So that's why that this had to happen. And also, I mean, even though it would be cool to make a Lizard, Mysterio, and all those guys, I personally just like these 5 the most. Like, they're just... Black Suit Spider-Man I loved in the game, Venom I loved in the game, Kraven I really liked in the game, and everybody I just really liked in the game. I didn't really want to make the other characters just because of just time, effort, and all the other big projects that I have that are sculpted, because most of the figures probably would have been sculpted, and I just have really big sculpted projects coming out this year, so, or next year actually. So that's why. I hope that you guys understand, and I'm glad that I was actually able to finish these figures, because they were either going to be like something that I talked about and never did, but I never actually talked about this, which was pretty crazy. I was going to have little kind of hints coming out through videos, but once again I decided not to do that either. There's just a lot of things that was going to come out for this, but didn't happen. I'm kind of glad that didn't happen, just because of time. So anyway, that is it for today's video. Hope that you guys liked it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Peace out and bye.